Welcome to tonight's GG Summer Elite League of Legends League. And tonight we have the University of Michigan Flint against Legion Esports. Now I'm pretty excited for this matchup, and I'm joined by Bees Cosmic on the caster desk here. So Cosmic, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing fantastic, Cryo. It's a very exciting time at the start of the summer season. Always nice, hot and ready, and we have some awesome, amazing esports action coming at you live. We have previously seen Legion Esports before, going around, uh, at least in the past leagues as well, but UM-Flint is a bit of a new one to me, so I'm very excited to see what these two teams have in store as we're going to start getting prepped up for draft here.
Yes, and so we are hopping into draft midway through as well, so we are going to quickly speed run the bands that we see. So we have Aatrox, Shen, Brand, and Kane, Akshan, and Zeri so far being the bands, with the picks being Elise, Lucian, Nami, and then Heimerdinger, Renata, and Evelyn. So right away, I am surprised by these team compositions.
Yeah, I am a bit too. I mean, you normally don't see much of Evelyn, and especially not that much of Elise nowadays. Though it is very nice to see them popping back up as well. Renetta, first, first support pick there with Heimerdinger makes me think we're gonna have a bit of a slower bot lane up against this Lucian Nami, so we could see a bit of a stalling happening down there. So bot lane will be a bit slow, but these junglers are definitely looking to mix some stuff up as we have some more bands of Fiora and Yone. Two a little bit unsurprising there. Fiora is facing a bit of a buff as far as late. Tom Kench going to be also hovered and possibly removed here from the top lane to get that tank out of there. And Yone is always a decently solid pick if you know how to play him well, so that's probably more of a targeted ban today.
Yes, unfortunately, the Kench will be benched for this game. And we already seen most of the bot lanes picked out here, but Senna right now is still in a very strong state, despite the slight adjustments that she received with 12.11, the patch that just dropped either today or yesterday. The nights kind of blur together as a league player, but either way, we also see the Mordekaiser banned. Now that's another tanky top laner that can be a bit of a solo menace. So both these teams have eliminated hyper carries, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree as well. Vigar getting hovered and picked here. Looks like UM-Flint has a bit of an AP streak going on their side right now. Some pretty heavy members, and later on in the game, it looks like they'll have late mid game and just late game in general pretty much locked down if they can get that farming up there as well. So a lot of pressure is on this Evelyn to try to make things happen in the lane without much of an AD carry. That means you need to help these members get kills so they can start scaling fast. Meanwhile, Legion Gaming picking up the Fizz in the mid lane. Good matchup into that Vigar there. Gonna be a bit of a menace with the Gnar going to be rounding that one up on the top lane. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Legion Gaming. Very front forward facing team. And I think we're going to see a lot of aggression coming out for them.
Ooh, it is a bit of a spicy composition because, as you were mentioning, Legion, they do have to get off the ground early. Lucian Nami, a terrifying early combination. Same with Elise, heavy prio early in the jungle. And Fizz, one of those assassin mid laners that if he can't get off the ground running or swimming, he's going to fall behind. But when I look at UM-Flint there, they have a whole lot of zone control. They have the Heimerdinger turrets, the Viger baby cage, and the hostile takeover from Renata. So playing into the side of Flint is absolutely terrifying, and you will probably just get shredded or CC'd locked down.
Ooh, the Mundo's going to be rounding out that
Ooh.
comp from UM-Flint. So a little bit of added aggression along with a pretty powerful front line as far as things go. I mean, there's a little bit of CC coming out here from the side of Legion Gaming, so that can definitely help Mundo there a bit. But I'm really interested to see here because it's going to be a lot on these junglers to make some pressure, and I'm looking a lot at Fizz as well too to make some action happen mid game and start roaming down to bot lane or all the way up to top lane and try to get some more power there as well. Because a lot from what I'm looking at UM-Flint right now, there's a lot of stall coming out there from their team. They have a pretty strong, powerful way of staying protected. Along with that, Renetta is going to definitely lead to Lucian hurting his teammates quite a bit and possibly get stop Gnar passive and activate it early if he doesn't really want that to happen. So I'm very intrigued, and I still do think a lot of that pressure's onto those junglers this match. And I don't see much Evelyn, and I do not see much Elise, so I'm very intrigued to what these two teams have in store for us tonight.
Yes, what's in store will be the question that both these teams need to answer because they have very distinctive win conditions as well. Now, one thing I am worried about for the side of Flint is that their team is incredibly heavy on the AP damage. Now, even Mundo, very heavy on the AP as well, does have some AD in his kit, but is primarily an AP champion. So it's a little bit worried because that's going to be incredible easy itemization coming out from the side of Legion Gaming. Gnar, Force of Nature, Hex Drinker, Spirit Visage, even if he wants to, and that will be nearly unkillable Gnar. So it's a bit of a clock for both sides because if Legion can get ahead, get the defensive items needed, they will be unkillable, especially with how heavy UM-Flint has itemized or drafted into an AP comp.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see a very exciting matchup here. We're going to take a short break, let that 3 minute delay time up for us, and we can get ready so you guys can get your popcorn, maybe put on your sandals, go chill outside with some nice League of Legends in the background as well. We're going to take a short break here. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with match one for this Summer League.
Welcome back. Now that was a quick break as we waited out the spectator delay. So we have these two compositions now. Cosmic. I know we chatted during the break there, but we didn't really talk about predictions. So do you have a prediction for the series and which way it might go?
It's a bit hard to say overall. I know Legion Gaming, I know they could be a very solid team, and I know their comp right now is pretty solid as well, but UM-Flint has a very interesting setup right now, and I don't know what to expect them because personally, I have not seen them in action all too much. So, I mean, my confidence stands with Legion Gaming, but I'm always ready for a bit of a black horse wild card here. So, I mean, overall, I think UM-Flint might be able to stall it out just long enough that they know how to run their champions well. And so I think my vote is going to go over to UM-Flint. What about you here, Cryo? What are you feeling?
Ooh, ooh. I wasn't expecting you to put it back to me for some reason.
Ooh.
I know I should be expecting that, but I think I'm mostly going to lean towards Flint. Despite their composition being so AP heavy, I think that they'll be able to stall it out enough, and they have better late game scaling. So the later the game goes, the better it is for them. And with that said, we are into game one here between Legion Gaming and the University of Michigan Flint.
Yeah, we have LG over on the red side with some familiar faces, and it looks like a few fresh ones as well. We have Nar in the top lane with Layla. Iboyan is with Elise in the jungle. Yabo is going to be on that Fizz in the mid lane. Fresh is going to be in the bot lane with Lucian, along with Giraffe as Nami. And over on the other side for UM-Flint, we have Vigrass over in the top lane there with Dr. Mundo. Cold Inferno at the Elise in the jungle. Looks like Ergon Gaming there in the mid lane with the Vigar. And then Chol and QXQ in the bot lane with Jin and Renata Glask, respectively. You got to remember that last name with Renata. You can't call her first name. She gets upset about that one. So you gotta bring that one up lore wise. But I mean, overall, bit of a slow start to our match here as people are just handling it. Slane looks like both bot lanes delayed slightly there, trying to check each other into where they're going next. So, I mean, it's anyone's game as we see a bit of aggression in the bot lane right now, actually. Ooh, not too much, though.
Yes, well, you speak of aggression, and that's exactly what I'm expecting out of the Legion bot lane. And if they aren't going aggressive, they aren't playing to their win condition, and quite frankly, they itemized wrong because we see the Nami with the electrocute keystone there, and so she needs to get those procs off. She needs to get in there, get that damage, even if it is just getting the E onto Lucian, so Fresh can get that damage. And as I say that, there they go, and getting a good chunk
Ooh.
down on the tube there, who drops to about half HP.
Yeah, we were expecting a high mid, but it looks like it was a bit of mistakes. We have Jin, so it's gonna make it a little bit more AD friendly there for the bot lane, but I mean, still pretty AP hefty overall. Some solid grabs there onto Giraffe. A quick old back away there. No flashes. Looks like Lila's going into the top lane, doing a lot of damage to Vigrass there. He's gonna be forced to pop a potion and back up the tower. Might even see a back here shortly if Layla can definitely get some action. I know last season we definitely saw them on a lot more aggression. Meanwhile,
Ooh.
in the jungle there, Cold Inferno just face checking into a bush. It's forced to flash away, but it's not enough. First blood going over the side of Legion Gaming.
And this is what Elise has typically been known for. A very hyper aggressive early jungler. She wants to invade, she can invade, and with that repel can even tower dive. And it's so hard getting away from her too, because we saw Cold Inferno blew the flash and still got killed there. And Elise has her own flash available. So this is definitely a very good play for Legion as the bot continues to trade.
Ooh. Yeah, Fresh taking a huge amount of damage there. He's being forced to back up. Choba's gonna flash as well. Try to get some more damage, but a quick flash heal there from or at least just a flash there from the bot lane is gonna do enough, but it's not going to save Giraffe. They're in the bot lane. A good old pickup there for Cho, so it's gonna be 1-1 on the board now.
Yeah, I wasn't quite expecting that, to be honest, there, with the Jin getting the kill, but I mean, Nami is a very squishy champion. I know she's easy to kill, it's easy to chop up some sushi at the end of the day as well, and the bot lane for Flint seems to be feasting first.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was impressively aggressive there. Looks like a little bit too much pressure from Fresh there as well. And Giraffe unfortunately had to take the bullet there in the end. Good chunk of sums, both Flash getting burned in the bot lane. And it looks like one sum remaining for all members there. A bit of the utility there instead of the mobility for the side of Legion. And it's a combination of the two for Cho as well. But that heal is left alive there for that Jhin. So that can definitely add to some more protection along with the Flash and Renata. So she is going to feel like she's able to, add a bit more pressure here and there to the lane. And overall, XQX has just been landing, or sorry, QXQ has just been landing so many Qs so far. It's really impressive, honestly. Renetta's Q is a bit wonky there as well. You don't see it as much as a projectile as it's almost kind of a extra arm extending out there. But I'm very impressed to see what we're seeing right now from UMF. And so I'm very excited to see what extra action we have in the bot lanes. We have a bit of a pushing wave situation from LG.
Yes, and it is, I'm going to say, technically a summoner advantage over to Flint still, because they have at least a flash up. But both
Mhm.
Fresh and Giraffe, they have their offensive summoners there. They have Exhaust, they have Ignite. So if they catch the Renata will drop. And ooh,
Ooh.
a good flash there at a QXQ. And now Chube, he's exhausted, he's ignited, and will be able to walk out to tower there.
Yeah, some pretty good aggression there from Fresh. We do have Cold Inferno looking around bot lanes, not going to wait for the Hyde to appear back up again. Let's put Charm on Nami to push them away as well. Fresh is currently caught between a rock and a hard place. Solid Q there from Nami, and it's going to be a close trade over. The W is not enough. Fresh is able to take down Chobo, and it looks like a quick little trade from XQX, able to get a kill there as well, but double going over to Fresh, and as a quick trade back over and over. Both junglers still alive, but overall, the win kind of goes over to LG with an extra kill in their corner, taking out the jungler there as well. Bit of a messy situation, but you got 2-0 and 2-1 respectively on two heavy carries for this team for LG.
Yeah, that was an excellent fight for Legion Gaming there as well. They opted into it because they had those offensive summoners ready for it. And Elise with a counter gank was just the right timing. Now, unfortunately, they still dropped two players over to Flint. So Flint getting a little bit of gold, but they did go onto the Renata there. So Renata, she's feeling pretty good, already has her boots. So hopefully dodging a few more bubbles.
Ooh.
But now, the fish bites back in the mid lane, and the Vigar drops over to Fizz.
Yeah, Fizz with some pretty powerful aggression there. And I mean, you do love to see it. Cold Inferno is going to be facing this bit of aggression too, as well from LG. Welcome back to the fold there. Cold Inferno is going to bounce away. The W is going to proc, but no kills are in range. Aboyan is able to pick up that one as well, going on a killing spree. XQX diving head first is going to lead to a
Ooh.
double kill. Does not have the backup from Chubb needed, and no other members around. 7-3 on the board. First Drake is yours, Legion Gaming. And I mean, overall, I feel like it's less good positioning from Legion Gaming. It was solid, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it was some pretty big missteps there from UMF, especially with a lot of face checking without vision and just a little bit too much aggression from a team who needs a lot more time to build up their power.
I don't know if it's too much aggression, but too much wanting to keep the game state even. You know, not wanting to take the loss on that play and step off because QXQ was out, was safe. But when they saw Fresh was that low, QXQ ran in, which ultimately gave over that second kill. So there's some questionable decision making happening right now on the side of UMF, which are extending these plays because right now the jungle belongs to Elise, and they need to respect that. They need to have better defensive wards up because right now there's too much fog of war right now for really either team, but it matters more for Flint, who are on the back foot.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see at least a little bit of pressure coming across the board right now. And I mean, it's a bit more bit more LG focused here, not just in the bot lane where we see a majority of these fights happening, but definitely in farm as well. I mean, we have a 13 disparity in the top lane right now. In the mid lane as well, Vigar not getting as much power as he wants. Uh, Behind by almost 20 here, off by one. I mean, bot lane's the most even you can get, and there's just been so many crazy fights and a lot of deaths coming out there as well. And that's what UMS strong point is right now, is their powerful bot lane. And I think scaling wise, it'll help out later in the match as well. But Unfortunately, Coldeferno has not been finding too much luck in these ganks so far. Has gotten one. His mid lane is actually going to face a gank itself. And Aragon Gaming is going to fall down there as well from just a really good dive there from Aboyan and Yabo.
Yeah, that dive was pretty clean there. It felt a little bit forced at the beginning with Elise flashing over the wall to start that, but it worked out. They got the kill, and I wasn't watching too carefully, but Viger still has flash, so maybe he could have outplayed that and lived, but either way, both Elise and Fizz having invulnerabilities in their kit makes tower diving so easy for the side of Legion, and I mean, Vigart is immobile. If you can get him with any form of CC, it's easy to follow through with that. And then in the top lane, it's the typical range versus melee matchup that we're seeing. But this bot lane, they just want to keep fighting.
Yeah, XQX is going to be taking a bit of damage there as well. He's going to take a pretty hard hit from Giraffe. There's Alba Coldeferno's in the midst of their bot lane now, trying anything desperately to get an extra kill. Got one, will not find the other one. As all meanwhile, top lane, Albayan's actually on the run right now there. It's going to be able to face it off with the ulti being popped as well. Very close as Rift Herald's actually going to help even that one up in the top lane as well. Getting first tower, getting some extra gold in your pocket. So it might have been a rough dive, but you got what you wanted, and that was a distraction. Looks like Aragon is popping up as well, trapping Layla in that baby cage, not escaping from there anytime soon. As the pressure's going to continue, Shelly will not make it to the second tower. That was a try. Two flashes popping in there. Layla's able to get an extra kill there on Vigris. And now it's Aragon on the run from this Gnar, who's pretty oppressive there, but the ulti will find them along with the cage. And it's an escape from Aboyan is going to be trying to run away from Coldeferno as fast as possible.
Yeah, and I think the Elise is able to get out of this one just okay. And once again, we see that UMF, they refuse to take the L on the play and play a little bit safer as Cold Inferno once again gets caught out doing Krugs. And now it's Yabo picking up the kill on Viger. But we have action bot lane as Fresh. Ooh. He was going in on the Renata, but the Renata was like, nah, not so fast. Hostile takeover. But I don't think it will matter right now. Though the CC does come through and buys them just a little bit of space. So ultimately, UMF bot lane remains safe, but they do lose their jungler and mid laner across the map.
Yeah, top side of the map is facing a bit rough there. Quick hold flash from Fresh is able to get one of Renata, but it's going to take a lot of tower damage, leaving Giraffe alone. It's going to be dodging that route there as well. Has a bit of a speed up, waiting for the reload. Ulti's going to get dropped along with the flash to stay alive, but that's a lot of utility burn just to survive from one death as well. So a pretty positive trade helping that bot lane down there for the side of UMF, but it's not working out too well in the top side as well. I mean, Cold Inferno was able to get a kill, was able to draw off Abayon there, but it's a bit cocky to stay around when you're still pretty low health and you're 1-5 versus a 5-0 Elise, and so it didn't really work out in their favor in the top lane as the pressure continues. Cryo, what are you thinking right now? So we're only 12 minutes into the match. It's 14-6, and it's looking like it's about a 6K gold difference this early on. What are your thoughts for the side of UMF right now?
I think UMF have dug themselves into a bit of a hole right now. They haven't played safe. They haven't cut their losses when they could, which has compounded their errors so far. Now, at least Mundo is doing okay. You know, he's down, which is to be expected. But really, the rest of the team needed to play safe. They needed to get the wards out. And they're trying to get a pick now with all 5 members bought. But I think they get one at best. At best. Here.
Yeah.
And they do get the Nami. I was a little bit worried with how close Nami got to the tower.
Yeah, they're able to nail the Nami. Fresh does not move with the Berserk because nobody is close enough. Layla kept the distance away there. A lot of members in the bot lane right now, and it's currently a pushback as well, as Aragon's going to take a big old shark straight to the face. Q is going to try something there as it's quickly falling apart. LG is just tearing them in half. It's a full sweep at 13 minutes. What started as a really big push to try for something in the bot lane ended up turning on the head for UMF. They can go ahead and take that bot tower with plates still up for at least a couple more seconds here. Are they able to get another one? They're able to get one more before they disappear overall. And I mean, that was a pretty big loss. a 9k difference right now on the board. That's probably going to be another tower, at least mid there, taken away. And I mean, LG's, steamrolling this match right now. Objective bounties could help out, but XQX diving a little bit head first will find that bubble, will get stunned, has the passive, but it's not enough to stay alive. And LG are just taking this one straight to the base right now.
Yeah, it's 14 minutes in. They are averaging more than a kill per minute. Their gold differential is getting close to that 1K per minute at this point as well, because
Oh
they
my.
just pull off another tower dive. They are diving T2s at 14 minutes into the game. This is absolutely insane game tempo coming out of Legion. And I'm going to say I was a little bit worried because Legion is a little bit of an unknown to me. And we do have a university backed team on the other side. But at the end of the day, it's a Legion showing that they're the ones to be reckoned with this early game aggressive draft. And I don't even know if we're out of the early game at this point because it's only 15 minutes in. I know towers are down, but from a time standpoint alone, this game is incredibly quick.
Yeah, solid ulti trying for Cold Inferno there. Root's gonna land, but you stuck around a little too long there. Tower shot will take it, but unfortunately Jin's ulti's gonna get burned for a backup. I mean, it's a pretty nice shutdown to have overall, and that's a pretty big chunk of gold there for your jungler. Meanwhile, Chobe is just gonna get teared in half by Fresh there. Sweet lord, the damage. It's really nice to see from LG coming back in full force. I was around when they were still kicking last season, and they definitely showed what's up many a time. And once again, it's really nice to see them pulling back and showing what they have, baring their teeth in this first match. They're holding nothing back right now. And I mean, it's a bit rough right now. XQX trying for something and will not find it, is not ready for Fresh's just absolute amount of damage right there. And overall, I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing from Legion right now. And despite what's going wrong with UMF right now, I'm actually very interested to see what we're going to see from them later in the not only this series, but later games as well. Because despite what's going on right now, they show a lot of initiative. They show like they're ready, that they really want to start pressuring a lot more. And despite their own safety right now and how effective their dives are, they are aggressive and they are ready for fights. It just does not seem like the comp is really in their favor right now. And meanwhile, we're going to get Shelly right in on a tier 2. Tower's going to fall down there. Ulti is going to do a little bit of damage to Giraffe, who's going to be able to stay alive from that one overall, but one kill over from the mid lane as well, as Aragon's going to be standing pretty well. Shelly will get that charge onto the first base tower there, as the members of LG are going to start playing it a little bit safer without their big Shelly friend there. And I think we're going to see at least a little bit more aggression here, as they're going to be breaking into the base, immediately taking down the Jin. Abayan diving in there with going legendary as well. Fizz getting a kill as well, with double coming out. And it looks like it could be a triple. Yabo wants to pick up that one. 2 doubles on the board, and Inhib down there straight in the base. And it looks like they're more than ready to make this one a really quick match for our very first one.
Okay. I was going to say, if they're going for a pre-20-minute end, that would definitely be ambitious, especially with a little bit of a misplay on the Rift Herald. They dropped it as a wave was dying instead of when a fresh one came in. So we saw that the Rift Herald charge landed, and then Shelly was killed. They probably easily could have broken the inhibitor with it as well if they timed it with the wave. But they're able to retreat now. They get the third dragon, so they have that win condition nicely stacked for them as well. Because in 5 minutes at 23, they get the soul, so they can easily line up a Baron, soul, and if they choose to wait that long. But with how strong they are now, 29 kills, 20 or in 18 minutes at 41,000 gold, they could probably end whenever they so choose to.
Honestly, I would agree. They have so much power. We have a deathless jungler right now at 11 and 0 with Abayan, and it's just so much pressure and it's so much to deal with. You're going to have to be looking for some pretty lucky picks, and Yabo is looking for some fresh blood themselves. Going to find Cold Inferno. The root will land, but the ulti's already there. That W can't save you now without any extra blood. Meanwhile, top lane, Fresh is going to be dueling against the Mundo right now, doing a good chunk of damage and has that tower for protection. It's going to take a pretty hefty amount of damage, though, so that could be a bit nervous. But Giraffe is here to, heal you up, make you feel at least a little bit better overall. Vigrass is going to be facing quite a hefty feat there. Another kill going over 31-8 is what we're stacking up here. And honestly, it's really a less of what can UMF do in this one and where is LG going to mess up. And so far, doesn't really look like they're looking around for any mess ups today.
I agree with you there because Yabo, when we recently saw him get the kill on the Evelyn, he dropped the ultimate and then immediately walked away. He knew his damage threshold and played to it great. And now we see that Shark nearly one-shot Renata. And, well, Renata's living up to her last name because she looked as brittle as glass there.
Ooh, I like the pun. I appreciate it very much. I don't know if our chat does. I could hear the groans from hundreds of miles away right now. But yeah, I
Good.
mean, this Renata has been, has had some pretty solid cues, has had some good plays here and there. But unfortunately, when it comes to Renata, she's a very brittle character, can fall very fast, doesn't have the power, but definitely has the utility. Meanwhile, two top laners will go ahead and duel in bot lane with Layla picking up another kill in their repertoire. It looks like another inhib will fall there. A lot of damage. It was looking like a possible trade over for a kill, but it's not going to find over there. XQX is going to be on the run again. It has to force the flash so they don't die so quickly once more. Layla is feeling hyper aggressive right now, just kind of chilling under tower as they slowly but surely take them. And this might be the beginning of the end there. Ulti's going to land on Cold Inferno, and they're going to survive to see the end of the match here. Giraffe will fall down there. This member's going to be forced back into their inhib. Second tower is going to go down, and at about 21 minutes here, your winner is going to be LG for this match.
Yeah, the time just ticked over to 21 minutes as the Nexus explodes. They had 35 kills, 48,000 gold, and they had a 20k gold lead in 21 minutes. That is absolutely astounding in terms of game pace, game tempo, and snowballing as well. Now I believe that the Elise was deathless there, 12, 0, and 8, I believe. Even the Fizz was 9, 1, and 5 or 6, give or take. He had second item, Rabadon's Death Cap, and his ultimates, his Chum the Waters. They were dealing half of everyone's HP, regardless of who they were. So I think Legion, they were just way too far ahead this game. And it was ultimately those early game mistakes by UMF, especially when they just refused to cut their losses, that really dug themselves a hole that they just couldn't find a way out of.
Yeah, and I mean, it was pretty rough, but I mean, it's just the first match, and I did see some promising things there still from University of Michigan of Flint. And I mean, there was a lot of aggression, there was a lot of hunger and looking for those fights. And honestly, I think with a bit more of an aggressive team and less of a stalling one, I think you could definitely look for a lot more of aggression. It's just if you can win out that first draft picks and where it can go as well. I don't think Renata was really the solid pick there, though it definitely worked out. You did not, she just didn't really have the time to grow big throughout that match. But with that, we're going to take a short break here as we're prepping up for match 2 of this best of 3. Will LG bring this next match to a quick and swift end for a 2-0, or will UMF find a way to bring this one around to a game 3 and show us what is what for this first week? We'll see you guys in just a couple minutes here.
We are back after that quick break as both myself and Cosmic over there, we had to compose ourselves, get some water, hydrate our throats because that was an unexpected game one out of Legion where they came out basically full tilt ahead, however you want to phrase it, pedal to the metal, guns a-blazing, it doesn't matter. They ran over Flint and, well, Flint, they need to make some drastic changes. Now, Cosmic, do you have any ideas what those changes should be? I know you touched on the Renata, but anywhere else that they should look at changing?
I mean, personally, I saw a lot of at least potential within the team itself. They're really looking forward for some action and for some aggression, at least from that match. So maybe something a bit more aggressive from their comps. I think the Renata, oh, it's a fine pick overall. They weren't really playing her to her full ability. She's not really looking for super hyper aggression, even though she definitely feels like it sometimes. She needs to stay back. She's there for utility. If she can get a Q off, that's perfectly fine, but that's not what you're hunting for. It's she's normally a good reactionary champ, or at least for a good setup champ as well. And as we are now in pro draft right now, we're looking at those bans. Lucian taken off the table after the absolute domination from Legion's bot lane. Zeddy and Akshan also taken out. And then there's going to be Aatrox, Bran, and Kane removed as well. First picks are Shen and Volibear. Shen over for UM-Flint. And for Legion, that Volibear is going to be hunting around possibly the jungle or top lane.
Ooh, so we see the Elise hover, and I was going to say, with how strong Elise appeared in that game one, I don't think they would change anything up. Now, we do actually have a side swap here, so UMF is on blue, Legion is on red. So that will be the Volibear in the hands of Layla in the top lane. Now, had a solid performance on the Narn, not a carry performance, but with the Volibear, it continues the trend of Legion wanting to dive their opponents. They're that confident that even with the increased tower damage from the 12.10 buff or patch, and even the adjustment in the 12.11, that they are still opting in for these dives. And so the Viger comes out for the side of UMF. I'm not going to say it's
Yeah.
a great pick right now, it's serviceable. I want to see how he changes his playstyle up in order to manage the lane phase.
Yeah, we have a hover of a Taric right now. Very interesting. Not much Taric action recently, but with the recent change of durabilities for champions, Taric has been feeling a lot better overall. Definitely at least feeling at least a bit tankier there, but definitely not a common pick as far as at least beefier bot laners go. You could definitely look for a lot more utility and possibly Leona, as well as if you want those solid heals, you got that Nami as well from last game. Yone is going to go picked out. It was banned last time, but it will be sitting in the mid lane. So very interesting to see what our FaZe player has in store with us with this assassin. Evelyn's gonna get banned out here by Legion. Maybe a little bit of salt to the wound from last game where Evelyn did not have that very confident of a game. Got shredded quite a bit and was down early game. So I'm really interested to see what Legion is doing here. Looks like they're flexing their confident muscles just a little bit. As far as that Vigar goes, I I don't think it was a bad pick last time. I just think Legion definitely had the aggressive push. So Vigar's able to, play it safe against Yone, range them out, and just try to poke as much as possible. I think you could definitely find it there, but Vigar has to really play it safe as much as possible in that mid lane. With how much aggression we've seen from LG, it could lead to a lot of trouble. Kog'Maw's going to be second to last ban here with Rakan banning out the supports there from the bot lane. Kog'Maw has been feeling just a little bit better from the durability buffs. It's been staying alive a lot longer compared to past seasons. So it's very interesting to see what they have going on there as Legion sits here on their next pick.
So we do see the Seraphim come through as the next pick for Legion, and that's a pretty good engaged champion. You have the Encore, just draws everyone in, lines them up nice and neat for the Yone. But really, I'm looking at UMF right now, and that's what I thought. They're going for the purple thematic bonus. Shen, Viger, Tark, Diana, they have all purple details or coloring to their kits. And so that could be the key to their victory. Now, memes aside, the Diana does work into their composition because she can dive in as a Shen delivery mechanism to set up the taunt, and then you have the Taric ultimate to just keep them alive. And you can't die if you're unkillable due to that ultimate as well. So that will be a very important cooldown that we will have to watch, and that will be the last pick Jin as well that we saw previously. And Choop was okay on the Jin. I don't have any complaints. Now, unfortunately, his team fell too far behind, so he didn't look as useful, but he was still getting some early kills and trading well. So there is hope here for the side of UMF. And then there is Varus on the side of Legion, a traditional poke heavy champion, and with that ultimate can definitely lock people down once more for the likes of Yone or Elise to just obliterate.
Yeah, I'm very interested, especially with that Varus pick as well. Haven't seen too much action, but again, that durability patch, as minor as I originally thought it was pretty major overall. So Varus could definitely feel a lot better coming into this matchup as well, especially with how much poke they have on that bot lane. Could lead to a little bit of trouble there for Tark overall. But I'm really enjoying this UM-Flint comp overall. I'm really enjoying how it feels and how it looks right now. They have a bit of a tankier front line from before from just the Dr. Mundo, not to others. And they have that damage component from the backline from Vigar and Jin. And Tar can kind of float in the middle, give that E over to one of those dive heavy characters, along with that ulti dropping it overall. And it definitely adds to some more diving over there. Meanwhile, for Legion, they really are looking for that aggressive team comp overall. Volibear still not top lane, able to do some dive heavy damage. And Layla is seem to be loving to play a lot more of these bruiser fighters up in the top lane. It's a very nice change, especially after last season where it felt like they were trapped constantly playing that Ornn in the top lane. So I'm very excited to see that they're getting some extra room to spread their wings there. Lise was pretty solid overall. Yone, another dive heavy character, and you do have some utility from Seraphine, especially with that ulti, and is able to string that one along, especially with those team members all the way through the rest of that area there. And Varus is able to stay pretty far away with some pretty strong damage if we are getting that lethality Varus with those Qs that can just tear a man in half if you let him do it. And so overall, I like what I'm seeing more from UM-Flint, but Legion Gaming still has that pretty strong powerhouse comp, and they used it really well last time. So, at least for me, my edge will go over to Legion Gaming this time. I don't think they'll have as much as an easy match as to finish that one off real quick last time, but I think they definitely have the powerhouse to run with here. What are you thinking, crowd? What are you feeling about these two comps right now?
Well, I'm going to have to go with the momentum. And right now, momentum favors Legion. I think they had too much of a good game that for them to lose the second game, it will have to be a series of miracles by Flint. And really, Legion just seems head and shoulders above Flint right now, or at least in this opening week. I'm sure Flint has talent and they will grow over the course of the league, but right now, Legion, they are coming out hot, they are confident, and they know how to execute their champions because Elise isn't a meta pick right now. So be able to pull out Elise and then coordinate play around the Elise takes a lot of teamwork, skills, and practice, and that is clearly evident with how Legion are playing. So I'm going to favor game two for Legion, which means that they will win the series. The question will be, how quickly will they end game two?
It really is on the board. I mean, Flint has a lot more of an aggressive comp, which could definitely fit their play style a bit more. And they definitely have a bit of what feels to be a more cohesive, group of characters put together here as well. But with that, we are going to take a short break here as we start prepping up for game two here. Will Legion Gaming continue this hot streak that they had from game one? And will they end us in a quick 2-0, or UM-Flint take this more confident composition and show us what for here on the caster's desk and bring us to game three? We'll see you guys in just a few minutes here for spectator delay.
Well, we're back after waiting out that spectator delay. So, once again, I am Sour Stims. I'm joined by Cosmic, and we're here for game two, and we will be hopping into game shortly. Now, Cosmic, if you had to watch a lane, which lane would you watch?
Honestly, I would still focus on that bot lane. There was a lot of action down there earlier, and at least for a little chunk there, it was pretty back and forth until junglers started showing up and things started going haywire. But I think that action still lies down in the bot lane. We might see a bit of conflict here in top lane with a bit more aggression, especially with these champs. But I mean, it seems like it's a pretty back and forth down in bot lane today, and so I'm very excited to look down into my favorite roll down for supports to see what they have up their sleeves. As we're starting with a 5 point start from both teams, nothing too crazy overall. As maybe Layla's looking for something a little more aggressive as far as warding goes up there on the top side.
Yeah, and just a reminder, University Michigan Flint is on blue side, and Legion Gaming is on red side. So I was going to say we are going to see a little bit of action bot lane, but it seems like they're just pressuring to get that early ward down, and Elise will be swapping back to get a sweeper, which is par for the course in junglers right now. And besides that, it's a fairly quiet opening minute or two.
Yeah, no 5 man pushes straight into any lanes or anything. No craziness happening there. I mean, a bit sad in my opinion. I like seeing all that mayhem happen earlier on, but it's nice to see something a bit slower going here left and right overall. I mean, looking so far is what we have for some Zoar. We have Predator over on to Aragon there. There has been a bit more of Predator Vigar coming out here, though I don't think it's the right play, especially into Yabo and into Legion Gaming overall, especially from what we saw last time. It was less you're chasing down people to drop a cage onto them, and it's more you need to back up and play it safe. Meanwhile, bot lane, solid stun right onto that Janna there. A bit of a mishap from last time. It's very interesting to see Janna again. She's been feeling pretty solid thanks to those durability changes. And overall, she's just a really good mage support as we're seeing those slowly but surely come back more in style. Layla doing some damage in the top lane right now.
Ooh.
Do enjoy seeing them on that one as well as bot lane will continue to be aggressive here. Solid stuns from QXQ, but I mean, there's a lot of heals and knockups coming out here from the side of LG. So, as this match goes on, we could see at least a little bit more pushback here from LG.
Yeah, I'm expecting LG maybe not to have the strongest early game, but they definitely can. And Layla
Uh-oh.
is on a ward right now, but the action breaks out. A good shield there will keep Layla alive as Elise is there for the cleanup, and that's first blood going down. And this Shen will not be able to ninja his way out this time around as Elise does get that second kill.
Yeah, that was honestly really good play there from Layla. Was able to wait it out. Did not know they were on a ward. Probably waiting around for the jungler to appear to try for something a bit funky overall. But I mean, good quick turnaround from Abayan as well to show that one up. I mean, it's showing the confidence here in LG as it seems like in the bot lane, a little bit lack of confidence overall, spawning a flash and a exhaust as well. Jungle is getting invaded there by Aboyan, trying to do at least a little bit of damage to Cold Inferno as Shen and Volibear are going to be waiting around the corner. Cold Inferno is not ready for it. The stun will not land, but the Q definitely will. As they're going to be chasing down their Shen. No E to save him today, but Tower will be around, but it's not enough. Another kill going over the side of Aboyan. It's 0-4 on the board right now, and it's starting to slowly feel like a bit of a repeat of last game.
That that CC chain was criminal. Elise throwing her cocoon in just outside of the Gromp to make sure it hits Diana before Diana could flash, and that secured that kill. And then Elise, having the repel still up, is able to dive the Shen as well. And this is a prime example of what I mean that UMF are not cutting their losses. As soon as you see Elise do your blue, you assume that the rest of your topside jungle is gone, and you head straight to bot side because the scuttle would have been free. You probably could have taken camps on the Elise bot side jungle, but instead you give over another 2 kills. So there's definitely some decision making that needs to be worked on for the side of Flint. But right now, Legion, the giraffe, does need to watch out how far they stick their neck because QXQ has been looking for it.
Ooh. Yeah, has been doing some pretty good work here with that E. Flash is going to get forced out there, but unfortunately, Abayan is around the corner here, and Chobo's trying to at least get something out of there, not accepting getting away as an option, but unfortunately, it will not work out for them as well. 5-0 for this jungler, absolutely showing up with this, at least the powerhouse so far from both games. And I mean, it was a good start from XQX, landing those E's over and over and doing such solid work, and they were so close to a kill. But then all of a sudden, Abayan is ready for that aggression to pop up bot lane. Meanwhile, it looks like Cold Inferno here for a bit for a cleanup, able to get 1 kill overall. Will get stunned up, though, does not have the shield to proc and save themselves there. Abayan's going to get some dominating status here as they are 6-0 with 7-1 on the board. Ooh.
Yep. It's looking a little bit rough. Now, Yone does dive a little bit deep there. He takes a tower shot on his way out and won't pick up the kill onto Vigar right now. Though Vigar is staying around a little bit much, but right now we are watching Volibear do Volibear things, which makes him, you could say, unbearable.
Oh, sweet lord. I mean, Layla's just showing up on this Volibear, has been able to play a lot more bruiser picks right now. Meanwhile, Aragon is on the run from Yaba, who's going to take an extra tower shot for their trouble, but LJ able to pick up a Drake, and just so much aggression early on to this match. It's almost faster than what we saw last time as well. And so it's, very amazing to see that Legion is keeping up this fire. UMF has had a kill in return, feeling a little bit more positive on that one, especially in this early game that's feeling so rough for them. And I mean, their bot lane is showing pretty positive as far as farm goes right now as well. So that's where their power has lied these at least last game as well. And so it's really nice to see it again. Meanwhile, top lane is suffering quite heavy losses right now. 39 farm under, down by 3 deaths there up as well. And it's feeling a bit rough as it looks like Giraffe trying for something more aggressive will not find it. The E will find them overall. Solid amounts of roots and damage. Heal's going to be popping up for QXQ, who's going to press the advantage a little too much, but Abayan is once again sitting around the corner and just shredding through Chobe right there. Sweet lord, the damage. Kill's going to get picked up there once again as they're going to back off 9-1 on this board.
9-1, 6K gold lead, already approaching that 1,000 gold lead per minute. And at this point, it's basically a race to the finish there. As QXQ is being hunted down, though, gets locked down by Varus, and that will be an easy pickup and the 10th kill over for Legion. Now, Legion will be able to collect the tower plates for free here. And I think if Troop steps up here at level 4, he's in for a world of hurt. But honestly, if he can soak this XP, that would be a win in my books.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a bit of a shame. This bot lane is a really strong powerhouse overall from UMF, and honestly, they're really solid pairing, and they work pretty well together as well, because we've seen a lot of stuns from XQX, a lot of aggression, and Chobe's able to follow up with some solid damage as well. And so it's nice to see, but Abayan is making this near impossible for Cold Inferno to step and force some aggression. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Cold Inferno is actually going to get charged in on as well, taking a ton of damage, is able to smite away for some extra health. Ulti will go wide as Layla's going to drop that bear ulti as well. They're able to pick up 1 kill, a shutdown straight onto Layla for the Vigar. But meanwhile, Yabo is left alone trying to fend for themselves, and it's working pretty well for them. Dealing a lot of damage, has at least a little bit of health left. They're able to get 1 kill. Are they able to get 2? Ooh, it's getting close. And yes, they are. Double kill from Yabo from a 1v2 perspective. And I mean, LG is on fire right now, 11 kills up. And it looks like at least a little bit of tower pressure back in the favor of UM. It's nice to see something going at least your way in these early only 9 minutes so far.
Yes, it is nice to see a little bit of gold back in the UMF pockets. They've clawed it back to about an 8K gold deficit, so they're not doing great, but they're not bleeding out more than they should, or at least what the pace is at the moment. So a tower plate gold is still gold into their pocket, and they did get the shutdown kill onto... I thought they got the kill on the Volibear. I think the I think it's a spectator bug, but Volibear
Yeah.
did die as well, so they would have got that shut down as we watched Diana go down. And so Legion Gaming will be picking up the Rift and looking to take the first tower of the game very soon, and it's probably going to go top. And this Shen has been getting the rough end of it.
Yeah, really the rough end of the stick. Here's another kills get trade-off. We are having a bit of a bug here, at least with our scoreboard. Unfortunately, League Klein definitely likes to have its issues, and I don't think Riot's really looking to fix it anytime soon. Aragon is going to try to put up a wall, anything to defend, but Yabo is just shredding through it, getting another kill there as well. And I mean, overall, it's just been aggression after aggression coming out from LG. First, towers get destroyed on the top side, and XQX trying anything to fire some aggression here is not going to find it, as we do have our scoreboard reset. Thank you so much, Storm Warrior, for that one there, as we finally see the damage that has been done right now. 4-0 with a strong bounty in the mid lane with 7-0 as well. Flash him, XQS. The ulti's coming down as well. It will land in enough time. Great ulti there from Giraffe and forcing off the other members
Ooh.
there as well. Cole Inferno trying for something, anything, is able to get the ulti pull, but walks away from the tower, and it's not going to be enough. Shelly will get both mid lane towers, and Alboyan and Yabo are just charging into the base after Aragon. Aragon's going to get out with a fracture of health left, but I mean, they've already cracked the base here at 11 minutes. The scoreboard might not be looking like it right now, but they're going much faster than they before. Coiled Inferno is going to find the wrong end of a bear there as well. The ulti's going to slam down. And I mean, another bounty on the board as well, as Alboyan is going to go legendary. It just does not feel like UMF is going to be catching much of a break, as Chobe will fall as well. And LG is just, it feels like they're toying with them at this point.
To be honest, Legion, they probably are toying with their prey right now. Just looking at the score lines across the board, they're almost at 2 kills per minute. They're almost at a no, they're past a 1K goal lead per minute already. So they are firmly and definitively ahead. They've taken every single tower plate, and I believe they've only lost a single tower plate as well. This is a near perfect game coming out of Legion, barred the 2 deaths that they had. So, the question, Cosmic. Now, this is the question. The most important question is, will Legion finish game 2 with a dancing Shelly?
I mean, anything is possible right now. I mean, that timer is going to be coming at least a little bit closer than people would like, especially up there. Well, I mean, 4 minutes overall, and with not much fight back in the jungle so far over objectives. I think LG will get Shelly. They have their way in mid lane, so there's going to be a lot of extra pressure. Cold Inferno is actually going to get chased down by Yabo right now, taking quite a bit of damage. Shen is around the corner, but Yaba knows better. He's going to back off before there's going to be a very long engage there as well. And I mean, you know, towers are falling down 5 over to LG right now. I don't think they're going to end with a dancing Shelly, but like I said, anything is possible, including Fresh finding another kill in their back pocket. Oh
Yes.
no. Oh no, bot lane. Oh no, that's a bit rough for
Oh.
XQX. They're trying their best, man. Layla, you don't have to tear them in half, and top lane's going to get another kill up there as well. 20 kills over, and Chobe is going to try to flash away, but it will not be enough. Aragon's actually able to get at least a little bit of defense, and the ulti's already burned for Layla. No, never
No,
mind, it's
Tube!
back again. 1 kill is down. Layla's still alive. Thank you to Giraffe for keeping them alive as well. And Aragon is forced to flash out of that engagement as well. And the shutdown gold will go over to Aragon. It feels pretty good to have some gold in your pocket.
Ooh. So, Tube, yeah, sidestepped the wrong direction there, and you took yourself back towards Layla on the Volibear, enabled the Volibear to get the kill, and now QXQ is going in onto Fresh here. Fresh could be in full world of hurt here as the Jin ultimate from Tube comes through, but so far Fresh is able to draw this fight out and nearly trades back in that extended and disadvantaged situation. But right now, it does seem like Legion, they are maybe overextending a little bit too far right now and are giving over some unnecessary kills to UMF.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, more power to UMF for grabbing those as much as they can. I mean, they're trying to look for anything to crawl back here. So if you're going to put a little bit too much pressure with your members still up, might as well go for it here. Aragon is good to slowly back away there from the Elise. Might as well stay away. As it looks like LG is looking for more kills. They're feeling a bit confident for themselves. And I mean, they definitely have the scoreboard to prove it as well. But I mean, too many trades over, and you could see a pretty big world of hurt right now. Giraffe trying for something there is going to get the Q off as well. Alti is going to get dropped overall, but it's not much there. Taunt will come in from nowhere onto Abayan, who's going to be able to hop away from the matchup here. Solid flash from XQX as members are slowly showing up there. Giraffe will get taken down by Aragon, but here comes Yabo from the backside doing quite a bit of damage, taking out one, while Fresh is going to take out the other. 2-1 on the fight right now, and Chobe is going to find the wrong end of the sword as Viger is going to try to get away as fast as possible. Another double kill on the board. Aragon will fall for a triple double for an ace across the board. And I mean, what started out as a pretty all-right trade from UMF, they were at least getting something out of it, quickly turned into a pretty crushing defeat there as the base is going to get stormed in by Volibear.
Yeah, that was ultimately a 4v5 fight for the side of Legion, and they won it handily. Now, I think QXQ misplayed that slightly using the Tark Ultimate too early, so it didn't deny any real damage, and that enabled Legion to then re-opt in for that fight because they were otherwise kiting back. And so now Legion, they are taking this T3 inhibitor tower, the third inhibitor tower, whatever my words are, they are doing it. And, well, Layla's probably going to go down again. And I think
Oh.
Legion, they're just going to have to bear with Layla as she ints a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, was going for the aggression and definitely helped get that tower down. Was able to get a kill beyond death, but a little bit too aggressive there overall. Is going to be shown what for some damage. Yabo's going to go legendary, pick up another kill. The Q is going to go wide there. All these going to do some solid damage overall as well. They're going to get an inhib, but they're going to take quite a bit of damage for it as well. I mean, all towers are down. Inhibs are wide open. It's a tower defense game now for the side of UMF. And I mean, so far, they're doing a pretty all right job at defending, especially from where they are on the scoreboard right now. They're going to be dropping in
Oh,
Shelly. We might get Shelly dancing on our final screen here as Layla has TP'd into the match. Giraffe is still a bit low, so will probably fall during this one. But Cold Inferno able to do some damage as the trade down for Abayan is finally going to fall. First death in both games onto that Elise. Pretty rough there overall. Fresh is going to get taken out as well. We have 3 members. Another one is going to be falling as well there as Layla's able to pick up one. Towers are going to get destroyed. Shelly is still kicking, has a little bit of health left.
let's go, Shelly!
We might see that dancing Shelly overall. The towers will not stand. Shelly will do some boogies on the main screen. And in 1730, match 2 will go over to Legion Gaming.
So I think it's safe to say that Legion Gaming was putting on a bit of a clinic tonight, but also they did make a few mistakes that they should clean up, because if they're making mistakes against a arguably lower ranked team, they will be punished against the better teams, because we will have better teams in the league going against Legion. But either way, congrats to Legion right now for sweeping this series against UMF, and honestly, I'm looking forward to how UMF grows. They did show some potential. They did take some kills off of Legion. So Cosmic, what are your thoughts on this series?
Honestly, I'm happy to see Legion at full power once again. They had a bit of back and forth season, at least for spring there, but it's great to see them back in full force and flexing their muscles where they can. So it's very nice to see their powerhouse there as well. As you said, they did make a few mistakes, but I think those are just some blemishes on a pretty powerful team here in this division. Now, UMF, at least they're new to me. Welcome over to Division A. It's a bit of a rough loss, honestly. It's going to hurt quite a bit. But again, there's a lot of promising potential from this newer team. And I think we could definitely see some changes, especially with some other teams. And who knows, maybe we'll have these two teams face off here in quarterfinals. I never know. And I saw a lot of promising potential coming out here from this Flint team. I'm very excited to see what they hold for us in the future. But with that, we are going to be closing out for the night. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in to this very exciting matchup here of GG Leagues. Once again, a big hand to both of our teams, and we're very excited to see how they are playing throughout the rest of the season. Love to get a big shout out to our sponsors here at GG Leagues. They allow us to bring these wonderful matches to you guys at home in the comfort of your lawn chairs out in that sunny weather down there. And overall, we have some more exciting matches coming up here throughout the rest of the season. We're going to see some pretty exciting matchups here from Overwatch, from Rocket League, and I think we have some Smash games coming out here and there around the square. Once again, GG to both teams. GG to you guys. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys next week with some more League of Legends action. See you around.